Welcome to the Business Over Beer Happy Hour, a daily dose of support for business owners, entrepreneurs, and people passionate about what they do. Hosted by Ben Surratt, Jonathan Kaler, and Jason Knope, it's time to grab a beer, enjoy some cheer, and join together.
Hey, we're live.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
We are live. We apologize for everybody. We were having some technical issues, but hey,
Here we are.
it's Friday. I'm thirsty and I'm happy. I'm happy because I'm staring at some two dudes, but I am wanting to hear from one guy right now. One. And that is Mr. Spartacus himself. Mr. Respect the Hair. Mr.
Hey,
You see what I did there, dude? Jonathan Kaler. Hey, Jonathan. Happy Friday, brother.
Oh, man. Hey, Ben, thank you so much for that weird
Mr.
and
Mister.
extended introduction. Man, I tell you what, you know how to make a guy feel good when he's feeling grumpy. You know what else makes me feel good? Beer. You know what else makes me feel good? The Knopp. Are you down with me?
Yeah, you know me.
Jason Knope. Respecting
Hey, guys.
the head today, my friend.
Yes,
You
yes, I
look
took
great.
care of
I'm
it.
proud of you. Welcome
Take care of it.
to Friday Happy Hour. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great.
You look
Beautiful
good,
day
bro.
today. You know, I got my head shaved. I got some beer in front of me. The two dudes here.
The two dudes.
I'm good, and I'm wearing my Hoth.
That is so awesome, man. I am jelly.
Or you, Benjamin?
I'm jelly. Can't lie to you. So, hey, Knope, where's our guest?
I don't know. I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't know this dude.
Our guest isn't here yet.
So unfortunately, yeah, I think we had some miscommunication. We've got some time zone issues that we're working through, but you know, hey, that's just kind of the way it is. But we still wanted to go live because it's Friday, and we're hoping everybody's out there having a good Friday. Hopefully, everybody had a good week and looking forward to the weekend. And most importantly, Ben, this is the happy hour. I hope everybody's having a drink that makes them happy.
Yes. And
What
I
are
hope
you
everybody
drinking tonight?
I hope everybody's thirsty. Well, so I am currently drinking the Legacy system from Matchless.
Oh.
It is a Pilsner for you, Knope. But it's very I don't want to, dare I say, lagery. It's not like a regular Pilsner where it's lighter. It's very heavy in the body and on the palate. But later, can I reveal my later beer now, or should I wait till later?
Ben, there is no format for this, man. So you do whatever you want to do. Why don't you what are you drinking now, and then you can get into something else later.
Okay.
How's that?
All right, sounds good.
Because we got a crowd out there. We should say hi to everybody. We got Amy Knope on the program tonight. I mean, she's watching in. Hey, Amy, thanks for joining us. I wonder if she's any relation to Jason Knope.
Bro.
Speechless. Probably is. Well, we also have a Lori Kaler watching and a Marilyn Kaler watching.
Oh,
Coincidence?
Oh,
I don't
Caitlin's
know.
on here too.
Well, hey everyone. Abby Spiker is in. Abby, thank you so much, man. She's a Business Over Beer alumnus. She was a guest on our program a little while back. Great episode with her.
Reindeer Tears episode.
Yeah,
just
with
saying.
I was gonna say her husband, but we learned on that episode not the husband, but she is the president. So
Right.
hashtag Travis for president. And Caitlin's watching. Thank you for joining us, Caitlin. Appreciate it. She was on our happy hour just the beginning of this week. So Liz Bentley's on here. Rhonda Jackson. Thank you all so much for watching.
It's my
on
cousin
a Friday
or
night.
my aunt, Auntie Kay. Is that you, or is that actually Rhonda, my cousin?
It says Ben Surratt's Aunt Kay drinking fresh oranges, grapefruit, lemon, and pineapple.
Boom. That makes her happy. I know for a fact.
Tell you what, that sounds pretty good. Hey, speaking of fresh drinks that are fruity.
Oh, bro, what do you got, man?
Oh man! So you'll recall from Wednesday, I stopped over at Barlows, and I picked up a crowler while I was there, as well as the Tiger King, which I was drinking the other day. This is the Mischief and Disorder Hazy IPA.
Dude, I haven't had that.
Yeah, 7.5% alcohol, so it packs a little bit of a punch. But look at the color on that; it looks like grapefruit juice.
Dude.
I feel like I did them a bit of a disservice on Wednesday because I forgot to mention that that they are in East Vancouver. They're at Park Crest and Mill Plain, and they are open Tuesdays through Saturdays 4 to 8 for carry out. They do crowlers of everything they've got on hand, and they've got some 4-packs and growler fills, of course. But
that's awesome, man.
So just wanted to give another shout out to our good friends over there at Barlows, and I am going to get to drinking. Canope?
Yes,
what
sir.
What do you got, my man?
I've got my brother's Cascadia Hellas Lager. It's beautiful for a day like this. Nice. And
Hellas good?
Hellas good.
Excellent.
So, Kaylor, dude, I don't like when you're in a bad mood, man. Are you okay? Are things good, bro?
You know, it's been challenging. Let's just say that. So
just with everything, like
just with everything. I mean, I think it started obviously a few weeks ago when the shut-in order came down. I'm a human to human guy, as you know, and obviously our show is so much about the human connection, and that just feels like it's been missing. So that part that part just leaves me a little melancholy, maybe just a little blue. But then it's just trying to continue to move our business forward, and we've got the kids at home and trying to manage their school and doing right by them. And of course my wife is at home working, and she's got a real job. Let's face it. So she's the breadwinner. So so it's she's got a lot of responsibility. So it's just been it's been challenging. It's been tough, but especially when you don't really have a release, you don't have anywhere to go. Except maybe to go pick up a beer a couple times a week, or to go to the grocery store. Going to the grocery store is not exactly a cure for melancholy.
Yeah, and like I know what you're saying, and it's like I get where you're coming from, because I've been getting crabbier lately, like crabby, and I really miss hanging with you dudes, setting up on a Friday. We meet, nobody knows this, by the way. So we meet early on Fridays before we do our podcast. We have a meeting. We go over show notes, and we just have our camaraderie time. And I miss that part. I really do. I truly miss that part, man. And it makes me crabby. And I think I'm just like pouting because I'm not getting my way. I think that's all it really is when it comes down to it. I'm just pouting. So, but I love you guys. I miss you dudes. And if I ever become angry, it's not at you. It's just I'm crabby and I miss you guys.
Well, that would never happen to me. I would never get crabby or take anything out on the people that I love. So, and Angela Surratt has also joined the watch party here. So Angela Surratt, is that a coincidence too? I think that might be. We got the whole family, the whole crew is on. This is great.
And look
and Wendy Reynolds Quirk has also joined us. Hey, Wendy. So everybody, hey, just remember, shout out what you're drinking. Let us know what you're enjoying, what's making you happy on this Friday. This is an open forum today. So what questions do you have for us? How is your week going? How are you coping with COVID? how is schooling kids from home going? How is working from home going? How is getting resources from the government going? Whatever you want to talk about, it's an open forum for all of you watching. Shout out some questions and
well,
we'll answer 'em.
obviously, Canope has gone to plaid.
They've gone plaid.
Yeah.
In honor of Kaler, they've gone plaid.
I am back in the plaid. I've been plaidless the last 2 days after mentioning it last Friday.
Isn't that an AC/DC song? Back in plaid.
Back in plaid. I think you're right. Yeah,
I think you're right.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
I heard it recently. Yeah,
for sure. So, Canope, how's your business going, man? I mean, you're technically an essential. You're an essential worker. You know, you're in part of infrastructure and things. So, how has your business changed since all of this started?
Well, it slowed quite a bit from the standpoint of meeting with clients, going on site, trying to find new business. I was kind of in a transition period where I was trying to transition more to a services type business. And so it kind of caught me off guard, but it's also been kind of a good thing because it's given me a little bit of extra time to focus on learning some new things and getting the tools in place that I need to provide more of a services type of model to my clients. So from that standpoint, it hasn't been bad. I'm used to being at home anyway and in the office a lot of the time. So for me, it hasn't been bad. It's been almost close to business as usual, other than only going to a couple clients and doing a lot of communication like this, text messaging, emails, versus.
Are your clients been cool, dude?
Yeah, they've been really cool. I mean, a lot of them, the few managed clients that I have transitioned to different types of services. Working at home, I've had to help get them, a few of them set up so that they could work on their home computers instead of their work computers, making sure they're secure, things like that. So yeah, it's been busy. I've been busy, but not quite as I was. I've kind of spread things out over 6 or 7 days instead of 5 days. I've had a little bit extra time to kind of spend a little bit here and there with the family. But more or less a lot of business as usual, but time to focus on learning as well. So yeah.
It's good,
Ben,
man.
you got two little kids at home. So how is homeschooling going for you? How have you taken that on? How have you, what's going on with the schools? How are they communicating with you as a parent, or how are they? I mean, you've got 2 kids in school. I've only got the one, so I'm not sure what I'm complaining about. So how is that working for you? How have you tried to get your kids accustomed to the distance learning, and how do you do that and still do your job on a day in, day out basis?
I'm married to Superwoman, so
Me too.
Yeah.
Me 3.
She is it's a team. It is a team effort. It's all about getting a routine down, and once we have the routine down, and I think we do, because it's like you all have the curriculum, but each kid or each child learns differently. So you have to, so the first week was like, okay, how does this one learn? A little bit at a time. Whereas Bernie, she can just read and read and read. Well, I'm done. I'm like, do I have to proofread anything? Or yeah, Dad. I go, oh, okay, what am I looking at? Decimals. Okay, Angie, decimals. Check this work. But it's about getting a routine down. But it's been good. It's been fine. How about you, man?
It's okay. I feel like I'm probably harder on him than I should be, or probably expecting more of him than I should be. But at the same time, I feel like I have I have to be the steward of the curriculum, right? So I'm trying to take this as a way to get him out front as much as possible. Like if I can spend time with him and teach him how to write properly and how to spell, or, you know, take the extra time with him to go into the meaning of a short poem that he's supposed to memorize. And, you know, which again are all more advanced skills than he's at in the 3rd grade, but he doesn't get this level of one-on-one time at school because there's, you know, whatever, 25 kids in his class, you know? And so, so I'm trying to take the good with the bad, but, you know, and it won't, my personality won't let me just have him turn in assignments on his own, right? Like I need to look at them and proofread them and make sure that, you know, and I also want him to turn in assignments with proper spelling and proper punctuation, which again, I don't think is necessarily the expectation from his teacher. But, you know, if I can see an error, and I'm already seeing improvements. I mean, I'm seeing improvements in his writing and in his spelling, which was an area that he really struggled with. He doesn't like to write. He's not a great speller. And so I'm already starting to see improvements, and you combine the fact that he doesn't know how to type. He hasn't spent any time on a keyboard. So, you know, he's not a great writer, and then he's got to learn how to do the keyboard. It's, you know, at times it's just, it's excruciating.
Yeah, I'm like,
you know, I want to just tell him the answer. I want to just tell him what to write, and trying to find that balance has been hard, but you know, so I'm just kind of doing what I feel is best, and try to make sure he's learning as best he can, you know.
Yeah, I get it. I see a lot of, this is a great opportunity to see their personalities. And what I've been noticing is, I've been looking for is like how I was at their age, and I'm seeing it, especially with Quincy. Bernie too, but Bernie has a lot more of her mother's, Angie's, just the way that she can complete a task, just get it done and move on to the next thing, where Quincy is a lot like, oh, look, a squirrel. Like, I was the same. Like, I was the same way. I'm like, dude, focus on this.
We're the same way,
huh?
We're the same way.
Say what?
Yeah.
Hey, how are you guys dealing with Common Core math? Here, it's quite fun.
With what?
Common Core math. Have you dealt with that yet?
No. What is that?
It's a new way of doing math. It's what I've seen. It's crazy. They break it out into all these different sections, so the kids actually learn it better versus memorizing it. However, at this point, a lot of kids, I assume, are relearning math the way we learned it. 2 + 2 is 4, not broken out into all these different categories. Yeah, if you haven't experienced it yet, you will soon.
Well, it probably is the way he's doing it, because, you know, when I see the way he solves problems, he draws it out.
Yeah.
And has different, you know, almost, you know, he puts things into like buckets of things, almost drawing it out like a diagram instead of just doing the memorization. So that's probably what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to be supportive of that, because I don't, you know, if he's getting to the right answer, I'll give you a perfect example. So one of the assignments that he has with his class is they had to write a word problem and post it online, and then his classmates are supposed to go out and answer those problems. Well, one of his classmates had this pretty intricate word problem. I was pretty impressed with either her or her parents, I'm just saying, for putting this word problem together, and he didn't get it right right out of the gate, because he added an extra element in that he shouldn't have. But I was really impressed with the way his problem solving ability, and he did just that. He kind of broke out the different parts and he kind of put them into buckets and then added up all the buckets together. You know, where me, when I solved it, I just wrote the equation out and said, here, that's what it should be. What do you do? What are you diagramming this out for, man? Just do it.
Here it is.
But it was interesting to see the way he broke it down and to create a thought process around the problem solving. I think it was pretty interesting.
This will be a good thing to ask our Monday guest, Danae. She is a teacher, and so she knows all about Common Core. And hopefully she gives us some tips on how to manage your child's weekly school tasks.
So a couple of check-ins here. Let's take a quick break. Wendy says she's drinking wine, and she's frustrated with the government because they haven't helped her out with any resources yet. So that seems to be a common theme here in Washington, which is too bad. I wonder what's driving that. Your Aunt Kay says getting out into nature and walking to get vitamin D on the skin while drinking and eating vibrating electric fruits. What are vibrating electric fruits?
They are fruits that actually vibrate.
Such as?
Ask her. I don't
know. What's a vibrating electric fruit? I gotta know.
Ben just
Abby had to duck out, but Abby said thank you. She's got to get home to her kiddos. But
did anybody answer this question?
We didn't officially ask it. Oh, and Annabelle Bentley gave us a wave too. She's watching with her mom. So
okay.
Well, why don't you ask the question?
Yeah.
What is a cheerleader's favorite drink? You guys can't guess. It's for the people watching.
Well, I don't know the answer, so I can guess all I want.
Because I'm going to give away a gift card.
Oh, I got it. Their favorite drink? Beer.
Don't say it.
Beer.
Yeah, it is beer.
Because that's the best drink in the world, right?
Duh. Speaking of...
What's everybody else drinking? Ben's getting into something else here. What's everybody else drinking? I want to hear from everybody else.
I'm so bummed, dude, because I was like, oh my goodness, this is perfect.
Nice. The Down Under IPA.
Matchless.
That was a terrible Australian accent, by the way.
Not good.
Rachel Korship would have been absolutely just offended by that accent.
Mate.
Speaking of Rachel Korship, her episode was released today, so go check out our new robust YouTube page. We've got a brand new YouTube page, and we've got all of the happy hour videos as well as a number of our regular podcast videos are out on our YouTube page, and also, of course, the recording is on our normal podcast channels. Go check out the blog. We had a nice Australian vocab lesson in the blog post. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
We did.
Go check out the Australian vocab lesson. I got a kick out of that. Hopefully Rachel did too.
Prost.
Courtney Rivera is watching, and Courtney is drinking margaritas. Cheers to you, Courtney. For sure. That's a great choice.
Did anybody answer this question yet? You can win something if you answer it.
All right, guys, we're giving something away here. What is a cheerleader's favorite drink?
Jonathan gave half of it away already. So dudes, besides not being able to, I'm going to ask you guys what I usually ask our guests. What are you taking away that you're going to bring on, or what have you learned that you're going to adapt to your business practices during this time, if anything?
I'm taking my kid out of school and I'm just going to homeschool him.
Dude, you might be joking, but there are a lot of people who are like that.
Probably. I am not going to do that. Nope. I was joking. 100%. Can I hope you have a real business? So why don't you chime in? You have a real job. I don't have a real job, so.
Well, I mean, I suppose so. What am I going to take away from this?
What are you learning?
What am I learning?
Yeah.
You know, some of the stuff that people are suddenly having to jump into, this whole work from home environment, it's not foreign to me, and I've been doing it for a long time. Even before I started my business, I had worked myself into a position where I worked from home for the last 12 plus years or more. And it's crazy how unprepared people are for it. It seems like, to me, it's been something that's been progressing for a while now, that I would have thought that more people would have had some sort of setup at home where they could be prepared for it. But, you know, when you look at it, I mean, the problems that we've had with getting on Facebook Live, everybody is getting on the internet now at a massive rate. Things are slowing down, you know, connections aren't being made, and you just have to be patient. And so that's really it. Just got to be patient, be prepared, and go with the flow. That's all you can do.
Knope, do you think that more people are going to start doing things virtually because of this? Are people going to start doing things more virtually because of this?
I think
like bigger businesses?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's been a push, I think, in IT for a while now to do virtual conferences, and that's been to try to save money. Instead of flying across the country to meet with somebody, let's do it virtually. That's been a push for probably, you know, 5 or 10 years almost now. It's been slowly adopted, and this is basically, you know, said it's time for everyone to be ready for this. And so you have a number of different like VoIP carriers that have bundled services that include video conferencing. And so for anywhere from $20 to $35 or $40 a month, you get a phone line, you get virtual conferencing, you get faxing, virtual phone assistance, all this stuff all together. And businesses are now just lining up to throw money at these companies to get everything set up as quickly as possible.
You know what I'm thinking about, Kaler, is what a difference everything has shifted. Where I have a feeling like back in the day, people would pay more for virtual and automation and everything being virtual. We're going to see a shift where your H2H, the human to human, is going to be more of a luxury thing for business. Where Knope was like, this is going to be the normal. Do you know what I'm saying, Kaler? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. You know, and I think it already is at a premium to a certain extent. You know, when you've got all of these ways to communicate without ever actually having to talk to somebody. You know, when I worked in, you know, my last corporate job and for the last 20 years, you know, especially as a sales manager and as a customer service manager, and, you know, you're training frontline teams and you're, you know, trying to teach them the best way to interact with customers or how to close a sale or how to follow up on a bid, you know, and it's like, okay, now call this customer and talk this through with them and follow up, you know, with my team, you know, later in the day. You know, how did that conversation go? Well, I'm still waiting to hear back. I sent them an email, right? This idea of actually calling and reaching out to people is a luxury. Like it
is a luxury.
It doesn't happen. And I think the other thing that might happen is actually the inverse might be true, Ben, because I think people now have an appreciation for the fact see their friends when they can't see their clients, when they can't exchange handshakes and hugs and kisses. You know, I think people realize how spoiled we are. The fact that we are able to connect with people in a moment's notice, we can connect with people around the world in a moment's notice, but we also have the luxury of people who are, and when that, you know, taken away for the most part. And so it may go the other way. It'll be interesting to see if people come to appreciate that human to human interaction more on the other side of this, or if we'll just go back to being spoiled brats that we were when it started.
I think we're going to see people go back to the spoiled brats. I mean, it seems like it's, you know, human nature. They're just going to go right back to what they know until it happens to them again.
You know, being with you guys, I've learned, especially from you, Kaylor, is like you're very structured, but you're structured in the practical way of why text when you can just call and ask the question and get the response immediately. And
versus waiting around for an answer and then getting pissed off, right? Why won't he answer my text? What's he doing? What's he doing that's so important?
Right. And you can't, and we have gotten complacent with that. And I've learned from you that this is not a text question. This is a question that I just need to ask and just get a quick answer. Hey man, did you get this beer or this beer?
Right.
Or whatever right. It is. But like I've learned that from you. And Canope, I've learned that. Kaylor, what are people saying on the I love this guy. I love you. I love you, Canope.
Well, I'm glad you're being hard on him today. I was really hard on him on Wednesday, and so I'm glad you're taking a turn.
I love this guy.
I'm trying to take it easy. It's kind of funny. I was thinking today. I was just sort of reflecting for a minute, and I think back to when I lost my job in 2017, and you know that's always a stressful time when you lose your job. And I went back to work in January. So, you know, I had basically 3 months where I wasn't working. And during those 3 months, we took my son out of daycare and I walked him to school every day and I picked him up from school every day. And when I went back to work, obviously I put him back in daycare. And when I look back on those 3 months, like that was the thing that I missed. You know, that was the thing that I enjoyed the most was just those couple of minutes where I walked him down to school. And to get him in a good mood and to get him focused, we used to skip. We used to skip down our street and we would say like, hey, we're a horse today. And we'd skip and make horsey noises down the street, which is completely ridiculous at 9 o'clock in the morning. You know, a 43-year-old man or 42-year-old man, whatever I was at the time, you know, skipping down the street at 9 o'clock in the morning. It was ridiculous, but you know what? It made us laugh. It made us feel good. And it had that memory, right? So I was thinking today, I'm like, you know, it's very challenging time. You know, I'm feeling grumpy, wishing that, you know, I could do this or do that. But I started to think, what are the things that I'm going to miss, right? The things that I don't even realize that I'm enjoying right now, you know, because when all this goes away and our kids go back to school and my wife goes back to work, and we can see each other whenever the hell we want, what are we going to miss? You know, am I going to miss those moments with my son where I'm teaching him about a poem, or, you know, with my daughter doing activities that she normally does at daycare, or, you know, being able to sit and have lunch with my wife, or whatever it might be, or just going out and raking the yard with my kids, picking stuff up and throwing in the garbage can, whatever it might be. And that's sort of what I'm trying to take from this. You know, we've done 17 of these. And every person who's come on the show has had a little different idea of what they're learning and what they're taking and how they're doing their business. And those people are way smarter than I am. And they've, you know, I've learned way more doing this with these guests than I have running my own business. So I will take all of that the other guests have given me as a gift. But what I'm trying to do is trying to think about what are the things that I'm going to miss and try to appreciate them more than I do. And instead of being grumpy about it, try to appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate the slower pace of things in general. Everything is always, people needed stuff now, or yesterday. Now everyone's just like, wow, what am I going to do tomorrow?
Yeah. And like, yeah, Canope, you're right. And I think, and Kaylor, we're all learning. We're not, I mean, I learned a lot more about myself trying to teach my kids, my children. I've learned about myself a lot.
For sure.
And it's like, I never thought I would be able to juggle my own business with regular life, with now having to teach and having to be careful how I go out and what I wear, like masks but we're able to do it. And I think I'm taking all of this with me, and I'm going to apply everything to business. And that is appreciation of the human spirit and the human and tenacity. Man, we have it. We all have it. We're all growing through this together, and we all have the tenacity. So if you feel like it's going like, I know I'm getting whatever, but if you feel like you're going like this, man, we're all going through this together.
Yeah.
If you feel it going like that, just go outside and skip and make horse noises.
For sure.
You'll feel better, I'm sure.
You will. You'll feel better. You'll laugh, or
try
you'll feel
it.
stupid, or whatever it is.
Try it wearing plaid.
And
There you
definitely
go.
do it wearing plaid, for sure.
Yeah.
And do your hair real nice. And but
Act
no,
like a
but I
kid.
understand what
Act
you're
like a
saying,
kid.
Ben. You're absolutely right, because the fact that there's no right answer, we've talked about that a lot over the
Mhm.
last 3 weeks, right? There's no right answers because we don't know what the answers are. But you know what that also means? It means there's no wrong answers either.
Boom. Boom.
So try something new. Take the time to sit down and think about, all right, well, what can I do differently to try to get myself to the other side of this, whatever it might be. And I joke a lot about the fact that this isn't a real job. Of course, it is a real job, and we work our tails off. We're not just three guys sitting around drinking beer. We actually work really, really hard to do this show 3 days a week, and to put out almost 50 episodes in 6 months. It's taught us a lot about how to reach our audience, what our audience needs, who our audience is, and how we can best reach them and best serve them. So we've never done a live like this.
Isn't that crazy?
Previous to that,
we've never done it.
we never experimented with live streaming. Not really. We did some Facebook lives, right before our episodes, but not like this. And trying to understand technology and how we can use it to best reach our audience and serve our audience. So, just there's no wrong answer, and there's no right answer. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just do.
Yep.
It's the best thing.
Just do while you're drinking whatever makes you happy.
Well, Ben, I'm sad to say we don't have any winners, so I think you should just leave it on the board, and
Okay.
Let's try again on Monday.
All right. Sounds good.
What do you think?
Sounds good.
Well, gentlemen, I've enjoyed this.
This was
Thanks
fun.
to everybody who watched. In the meantime, Joey Yorchek jumped on, and Brian McConville jumped on. Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you're still there watching. And everybody think about what is a cheerleader's favorite drink. Put it in the notes. You might win something.
You will win something. Yeah, you guys are awesome. So Monday we have Danae Depius. She is a teacher in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and she's going to talk about just the way teachers have been affected by all this, and hopefully give us some tips on how to do this, how to manage everything.
Yeah. Awesome. Enjoyed it, guys. This was great.
Canope, where can they find Business Over Beer?
Right here, Facebook Live, 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and at Business Over Beer, bizoverbeer.com, bizoverbeer.com. Our social media handles are there. Our podcasts are there. We've got some videos up there for our YouTube.
A YouTube channel is hot, everybody. A YouTube channel is hot.
Yep.
Right. That's it. That's what I got.
right,
You're great,
guys.
Canope. We
And
love
I'm
you,
out of
buddy.
here. What's that?
We love you, pal.
Oh, thanks. I haven't gone plaid yet, but I'm going to try.
A few more of those Hellas lagers. Just crush the hell out of those. Crush the Hellas out of those.
I love you
Got it.
guys, man. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And Taylor and Canope.
We'll see you next
Yeah.
time. See you, boys. Bye. Business Over Beer reminds you to always drink responsibly. Our theme song is Alley Cat by Soul Shifters. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the next Business Over Beer Happy Hour.